police officers made were, we use the badge as an authority instead of helping. And I mentioned some of my graduates, that's what I call children that I dealt with. And the ones I'm proud of, I got two that I know that are Secret Service agents, Chico Fernandez, Johnny Fernandez, and Gabriel Palazzi. One of them is a surgeon at Tufts Medical Center. He does infant surgery. That's Brian Gilchrist. Brian Santanello was a city councilor, and now he's an election commissioner. I could go on and on. I can tell you some people that are in prison, too, that I feel with. But watching Lois work in that juvenile court and dealing with the children, and I see how well she does it, I have no question in my mind that she would be a compliment to you and to the Massachusetts Trial Court.
Thank you, Detective. Enjoy your time.
Thank you, Detective. Thank you. Your comments describing her temperament and her demeanor, her knowledge of the law, her familiarity with the specialty requirements of the juvenile court really, I think, sort of sum up what are the template qualities that we do need to be very, very difficult position.
Never saw the lady angry.
Yeah. Well,
and there's been opportunity where my hair was up, and she handles herself well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Colleen Raymond.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'll be the first one to call me.
Well, go right ahead.
Good morning. Thank you all for having me here today. I was very honored when Lois asked me to come here today to speak on her behalf. I've been working with Lois for 5 years now in the U.S. office, and I hold her in the highest regard. I knew that I would be asked to describe her today, and I would say that Lois is best described as being approachable, fair, and even-tempered. But what they may not know is that she's also compassionate, caring, funny, and very nice. I think we don't use that word to describe people today. We often try to find fancier words or words that use nice. She's always been a positive role model to me and my coworkers, and she treats us all with a great deal of respect, and she's genuine in her sincerity. Lois has a great deal of knowledge, and she's always ready to share it with all of us. She's been able to teach me many things over the past few years, and I think most of all, what Lois has helped me to do in my job at the clerk's office is to understand, to be understanding when you're dealing with issues as difficult and as sensitive as those that we do see in the juvenile court. With incredible patience and attention to detail, she will not only explain how to carry out the procedure, but also why it is done in such a manner to help bring a greater understanding of its purpose. It's easier just to do something to show somebody how to do something rather than to explain to them why it's being done. Because she takes the time to do this, it helps us all in our job and our role in the clerk's office. All of this has helped to make me a better public servant, and I truly believe that Lois will serve as a judge just as she has in her role as a clerk magistrate, which is nothing short of fantastic.
Thank you very much. Let me introduce Counselor James, who just joined us. This is Colleen Raymond.
Waiting for triple A.
This is Colleen Raymond.
No, good.
Who works with Lois in juvenile court as a case session. Counselor Bartlett,
Thank you, Colleen. Good job.
Counselor Mamie, any questions?
No.
I know you just came in. Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And Mr. Bretton, John Bretton. Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. You relax. Don't worry about it.
Oh, yeah. I'll be okay. I live in Wilbraham, Massachusetts, and I live about a mile away from Lois. I met Lois while coaching her son, Wally, baseball team. What originally began as a parent-coach relationship, it has grown into a friendship between both our spouses and our children. Now, our families have spent numerous times together, whether it be after sporting events or just a casual get-together throughout the years. During this time, I've learned that Lois has a lot to offer, and my wife Tammy agrees with this. Not only hardships, my wife Tammy and I have learned that Lois is loyal. She's committed to her spouse, Greg. She also is a loving and devoted mother to her children, Wally and Sam. If you were to ask me the definition right now of a good person and whole, I would reply one that had personality, compassion, integrity, and commitment in everything they do. Over the last several years that I've known Lois, she seems to demonstrate all these qualities in dealing with me, my family, and people in our community. And I want to thank you for the honor to stand up and talk about you and for you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much. All right, Councilor Carlos?
No, thank you very much. I'm very sincere, and that's what we like to do.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now, before we hear from the nominee, let me inquire as to whether there's anyone here who wishes to be heard in opposition to this nomination. All right, hearing none, I would now invite you to address the council.
Thank you. I also wrote my note. Good morning. Thank you, Council American and members of the Government Council, for the opportunity to tell you about myself, my family, my personal and professional background, and my commitment to the Hampden County Juvenile Court. I was born in Chester, Pennsylvania in 1960. My parents were Joseph and Helen Maines. They met and married in World War II, and they were both dedicated factory workers. They were very proud of their service to the war effort during World War II. And after raising her children, my mother returned to factory work, and she was a quality control inspector until she retired at age 72. Both my parents rose early, they worked hard, they taught us to do the same, and while they're both gone now, my brother and sister, Nita and Tommy, still live in the Philadelphia area with their families. And my niece Amy